Cam Ward is a special quarterback prospect with a generational talent for playmaking, and that's exactly why the Tennessee Titans are going to take him number 1 overall in the NFL draft. I'm going to show you what makes Cam Ward so special on tape in today's film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. Titans fans, welcome into another film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans, your home for Tennessee Titans X's and O's. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, 25 years as a Tennessee Titans fanatic. I've covered the team for Sports Illustrated, USA Today, and hosted the number 1 Tennessee Titans podcast, Locked on Titans, for 6 seasons. In today's film breakdown, we're going to take a look at Cam Ward and what makes Cam Ward so special. We're going to dive into the tape. I'm going to show you the generational playmaking talent that Cam Ward brings to the table. I'm going to show you how he utilizes that with his mobility as well. We'll also dive into the arm talent. Cam Ward has a laser, but he can throw with touch, and he has incredible arm angles. Also, mentally, he can win going through his progressions and also catching defenses off guard with audibles and in penalty situations. He has it all, folks, and I'm breaking it all down on today's film breakdown. Before we dive in, do want to thank you for checking out the channel. Make sure that you get subscribed, stay subscribed for year-round free Tennessee Titans film content. Also, I'm going to have a lot more draft content coming for you guys on wide receivers, offensive line, edge rushers. I'm going to have a video tomorrow going over what we got to worry about with Cam Ward and what he needs to get better at. And later in the week, I'll do a video on how he fits within Brian Callahan's scheme. But with all of that being said, you guys know what time it is. As we always do, let's step into the film room. So the first thing about Cam Ward's game that we have to start with is the generational playmaking. His ability to win off schedule and to extend plays and play that backyard sandlot style of football is absolutely outrageous. It is his strongest gift. And watch how he escapes out of the pocket. What a throw to the back corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Let's look at what actually happens on the play. So what Louisville is going to do is they're going to play a cover 4. So they're going to have deep quarter here, inside quarter, deep quarter here. And what Miami is going to do, as they do throughout the season, is run vertical routes to attack zone coverage. So you're going to have a wheel route down the corner here, going to have a post route here. You're going to have a version of a levels concept here with a vertical route, a deep out route, and then you're going to have a flat route over here. And nothing's available. Like, nothing is open for Cam Ward initially off the snap. The defense does a good job of taking everything away. And again, this is what makes Cam Ward special. So where is there to go right now? There is nowhere to go. This is covered. This is covered. Sitting on that. These two are watching this. This guy can pop out here. There's nowhere to go, okay? And when the play breaks down like this and the scheme doesn't win, what do you do next? Escape out the pocket and throw a dime down the field to the corner of the end zone again. What an incredible play. This sort of stuff is what makes Cam Ward absolutely special. And seeing it here from the end zone angle makes you realize just how incredible something like this is. It's not there. Escape. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, right, man. Yeah, right. Absolutely ridiculous. Again, Cam Ward's ability just to make plays is off the charts. This is final 3 minutes of the game. Fourth quarter, down by 3 in a conference rivalry. And Cam Ward makes that play to get the ball to his tight end and set his team up for a game-winning touchdown. I mean, this is outrageous. So the slant by Virginia Tech right here gets immediate pressure on Cam Ward. And they have vertical routes. You're going to have, I believe this is a corner route or a post route. This is kind of like a deep sit-down route. But vertical routes aren't going to have time against this pressure. Look, right into Cam Ward's lap. And again, when people compare Cam Ward to Steve McNair, I know some people kind of cringe when they hear that, But I'm sorry, if you don't think of Steve McNair as a Tennessee Titans fan, when you see what's about to happen right here, I don't know what else to say. Slings him off, gets the ball to his tight end, and allows a play to happen. He keeps the play alive. I mean, with 3 minutes left, down by 3, in a big-time game at home, these sorts of plays, winners make these kind of plays. And Cam Ward, up there with any of the quarterbacks that I've seen in recent memory, makes these kind of incredible plays. And the Titans need this sort of, look at this. Get off me. Get off me. Throw it out. I mean, again, how do you not see a little bit of Steve McNair here? The sturdiness of his frame, too. Like, Cam Ward isn't an oversized quarterback. He's probably a little undersized for NFL standards, 6'1", 220 pounds, but he's so sturdy, and he played other sports, so he's a multi-sport athlete. Like, again, just incredible playmaking right here from Cam Ward that sets his team up to win the football game in the crunch time moments. Playmaking on display again here in the first game of the season where Miami took on Florida in an in-state battle. Cam Ward doesn't see anything against the zone coverage of Florida, and he just keeps the play alive. He just has so much poise and so much confidence. He's so cool. He's so calm. He's so collected in the pocket at all times. So what we see from Florida here is a cover 3 defense. You're going to have deep third there. You're going to have middle third there. You're going to have deep outside third there. What Miami is going to do is they're going to run a deep slot cross, which they run a ton. So many crossing routes and corner and post combinations and wheels and post combinations, vertical routes. You're going to have a corner route here from the outside receiver. You're going to have a flat route right here. Florida does a good job of kind of taking things away and not giving Cam Ward anything easy. And we'll see right here when we pause. The slot cross, maybe you could say he gets it there, but this linebacker's waiting. And I think there's a chance he could get to it. Flat, totally hemmed up. 2 pairs of eyes on this corner route. 2 pairs of eyes on this backside sit route. Nowhere to go for Cam Ward. Nowhere to go. So what do? You lean on your natural instincts, and you make a play. Dodges a guy in the pocket, steps up, going to his left, throw back right with a great arm angle, hits his tight end down the middle of the field for a big gain late in the game. Again, this sort of stuff, whether you can do it or not, whether you can do it well or not, we've seen people keep plays alive and try to extend plays and not do it the right way. You know what I mean? As Titans fans. So seeing this, a guy who just consistently stays calm, under pressure, between the ears. Look at that arm angle, too. Look at the way he throws this. Rolling the opposite direction. Look at that. I'm going to talk about arm angles later in the video, but look at that. Boom. Perfect stuff. Perfect. Again, folks, you want to talk about clutch? On the road, across the country, on a different coast. 3rd and 20 in the final minutes of the game when you're down by 6. Think about that. 3rd and 20, down by 6, different coast. And that's what you do right there. That's what you do right there. Look, vertical routes, as we see from Miami all year long, vertical, vertical, vertical. And what they're doing is they're hoping to clear things out for this guy faking the cross and then darting upfield. Okay, but it's not there. It's 3rd and 20. What do you call on 3rd and 20 with the game on the line? Nothing there. Look at that. Nothing. They have it completely hemmed up, but you know what is there? You know what is available? The check down. That's all you can do. That's the only hope you have. That's all you got. And Ward gets pressure. And look at him. Step up through the pressure. Arm angle, find his man, give him a chance. 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20. Late in the game, down by 6, on the road. I mean, nothing there. Poised in the pocket, surveying the defense, reading the defense. I see nothing. I see nothing. I got a lane to step up to keep the play alive. I get out and look at that. Look at that toss. Right out to the check down. Give your team a chance. Give your team an opportunity. Take what you can. And look at that. Beautiful play by the running back. Set your team up for a game winner that we're going to see later in the video. More playmaking on display from Cam Ward here. More vertical routes down the field, nothing available. Look at Ward just kind of slither in and out of the pocket, set his feet, drive down the field, and look, you give yourself opportunity after opportunity after opportunity with playmaking. Sometimes fortune favors on you. But look, you have out of a trips. This man's coming in here. This guy kind of comes up here and starts to fade back inside. You got guy out here. And what I would say is this is probably some version of cover 4 because you have basically man on this side over here. And then you have a deep half, and then you have kind of a quarter here, but this guy settles down. So I'm sure the rules or whatever the rules are, but it's some version of cover 4. And that's a good way to take away a bunch of vertical routes. And a lot of the smarter defenses that Miami played against did run cover 4 and did run a lot of man coverage as well to go along with that, which cover 4 man is something the Titans ran a lot of too. But nothing's there. And look, I'm going to move up in the pocket because that's what you do. You climb in the pocket. And look, he turns all the way back around and gets out and leaves the defensive lineman falling on the ground. Defensive back falls down over here, leaves your man wide open. But this cornerback does a good job of getting back here and hitting the ball. But again, fortune favors the bold, right? You make this kind of play, you might just get lucky and get a touchdown. Great job by Xavier Restrepo, too, to have great focus to make that catch, even off of a tip. But again, look at Cam Ward in the pocket. Look at him maneuver. Nothing there. Eyes downfield, too. This isn't a guy that drops his eyes and wants to run right away. He's trying to stay in the pocket. Look at that. Do-si-do. Look at that. Whoop. You thought you had me. You didn't. Now I set, plant, fire a strike. Look at that football, though. I mean, think about that throw. I know that it hit the defender's hand, but look at that football. Oh, wow. Hey, and if we're talking about being a playmaker, I had to throw this one in for fun. The Cam Ward special. Look at that. Look at him go. Catch the ball. Touchdown, Cam Ward. I mean, let's go, baby. A little Cam Ward special. Gotta love that. I mean, dude's an athlete. He's just an athlete. Multi-sport athlete. Great player. He's got everything you want, man. But this ability to be a playmaker and just... Man, the Titans need this so bad. I'm so excited for the season to watch Cam Ward make plays. So look, Cam Ward is a playmaker when we talk about keeping the play alive, off-schedule playmaking, second reaction, that sandlot, backyard football style. But he also can utilize his legs as part of that playmaking. And one thing that you have to understand is Cam Ward is not Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Michael Vick, Josh Allen. Like, he's not one of these elite mobility guys that's going to constantly use his legs to cook defenses. His mobility is more in the sense of I would say, Donovan McNabb or a Dak Prescott or a Baker Mayfield, for example. I think he's going to be able to utilize his legs when things are open. He's going to be able to hit it and take advantage, but he's not a guy that's going to be devastating with his legs at the same time. When you see plays like this, Cal brings a 5-man pressure. They have a quarterback spy. They're playing man coverage with one deep zone guy. And Cam Ward can extend and outrun people to the end zone. Again, he's not a burner by any stretch of the imagination, but if you give him lanes and if there's open area, he can take advantage. And he's not quite as good of a runner as a guy like Jalen Hurts, for example, of the Philadelphia Eagles, but I think he's close enough to that to where, is this guy super explosive and fast like you think of when you think of Lamar or Jaden Daniels? No, but he's a good enough runner to take advantage and help his team. Another example here against Virginia Tech of Cam Ward being able to use his legs, even though he's not an elite mobility guy. A little bit of a sliver of a pocket, and there he goes. I mean, literally just a little bit of a sliver in the pocket. He steps up, he works through, and again, he's keeping his eyes downfield. He's keeping his eyes downfield. And right now, he's like, okay, I have a hole, I'm going. Outruns the linebacker and the DB, runs through a tackle attempt. Again, Cam Ward is a sturdy guy. And of course, we hit the zombie land. But like, he's thick and mobile. He's not a skinny, scrawny 6'1", 219 pounds. And I think that'll help him as a runner. It'll help him with durability. Look, and again, not a freak athlete, not super explosive, but get the job done. Again, Cam is a physical runner. He's got strong lower body and can run through contact. And you see that here. We get a cover 2 look from Syracuse. You see the safety drop out here in the back, okay? Cover 2 look, Nothing's available. Stick your foot in the ground, get up, run through contact again. It's a pretty good run by Cam Ward right there. Picking up chunk yardage. Second medium, run through a tackle attempt. So again, not the most explosive runner that you're going to see, but physical, able to run through contact. And on all of these runs, these have been scramble situations where he dropped back to pass, it's not there, and he's making something out of it. He's going to be able to do that in the red zone, short yardage, third downs, use that mobility. I think Cam Ward can also be used sparingly in design quarterback runs. I don't think that you're going to be running read option like you're going to for Lamar, Jaden Daniels, and stuff like that in the middle of the field, but short yardage situations and goal line situations, I think you absolutely can use Cam Ward's mobility. This is a 2-point conversion try for Miami against Virginia Tech. Cam Ward is going to run quarterback power here. And I think this is the type of thing that you can do with Cam Ward in the NFL. I don't think that you're going to be using this on first and second downs, on regular neutral situations. But again, short yardage, goal line, goal to go. I think he's perfectly mobile enough to utilize this sort of stuff. So through, lead up. And remember, he's thick and physical and strong. And look at him power through there. He's got a little bit of a build of a running back, 6'1", 219. Like that's a power back, and I think he can be used in that way. And we see a different version of that right now. Now, this is Cam Ward in pure read option, and you're going to see why I don't think that this is going to be an efficient play for the Titans in neutral situations. I think that Cam Ward need to be used in short yardage because he just doesn't have that straight line speed that some of the better athletes at quarterback have in the NFL. Because you see the read option here, and it wins. Cam Ward reads it perfectly. There's nobody there. This should be a touchdown. I mean, safety here, corner here attached to him. Run. This should be an easy touchdown. Right. Maybe not. Safety gets there, runs him down, takes him down at the 1-yard line. So, again, my point here is this is a good play. He's a playmaker. You can use him in this way, but just make sure that your expectations for what Cam Ward is going to be as a runner at the next level are intact. Again, I see Dak Prescott, Baker Mayfield levels of runner. So to go along with that incredible knack for playmaking, Cam Ward has a laser of an arm, okay? Just an absolute laser. Now, I am not going to tell you that Cam Ward has elite high-level arm strength in the NFL because I don't think it's quite there. But I think he's in the second tier of quarterbacks, maybe at the end of the second tier of quarterbacks in the NFL as a starter right now in terms of the velocity that he has and can put on the football. He can throw the football to basically any part of the field. We'll talk about in tomorrow's video where a part of the field where he may struggle a little bit, needs to improve, but for the most part, an absolute laser that can attack any part of the field whenever he wants. And we see it here against Louisville, a little skinny post route in front of the cover 3 cornerback. Beautiful on target, lets his wide receiver catch it in stride. Wide receiver is comfortable, can keep his balance, and now you have a huge play on your hands. So Louisville is going to do a cover 3 coverage here. You have your deep middle safety who's kind of on this side of the field and is going to roll towards the middle of the field. You have your cover 3 guy right here on the backside, a tight cover 3 man. You're going to have your curl flat here, your curl flat here, and then you're going to have these hook defenders. Well, what we're going to see from the Miami side of things is they're going to slide this wide receiver inside on a post, okay? And when they do that, it's just inside of the corner and inside of the safety to where there's a big enough hole there. But watch Cam Ward absolutely zip the ball in perfectly. Boom. Zoom. Again, perfectly right in the hands, perfectly accurate, but the arm strength, the velocity to hit these windows against zone coverage is something that you're going to see Cam Ward do over and over and over again throughout all of the different categories that we're looking at here with Cam Ward. All of them, you see him attacking zone coverage and firing lasers in. Boom. Right into the window, right into the hands, on balance. Now I got a big play ahead of me. Another absolute laser from Cam Ward here. Remember, the hashes in college are wider than they are in the NFL. So throwing from the hash mark across the field is a way longer throw at the college level. Watch Cam Ward here. You're going to see a cover 3 coverage from Cal. Cover 3 here, cover 3 here. I think it believes it's this safety that comes to the back. You're going to have a switch vertical route in here on the inside, and then you're just going to have a sit down route. And this is where Cam Ward is ultimately going to throw it. And throwing from this hash mark all the way over to this sideline with accuracy and velocity. Again, an absolute laser of an arm for Cam Ward. It may not be elite, high-level velocity in the NFL, a top 5 arm, but he's got everything that you could want in an arm at the NFL level. He's going to be able to hit every single throw. Look at him changing the routes, too. We're going to talk about the mental aspect of playing quarterback and why I'm happy with Cam Ward in that sense, too. But step up into the pocket, load, great shot to the sideline. Beautiful, beautiful throw. Another play here against cover 3. This is Virginia Tech, and Cam Ward is so good at throwing post routes and corner routes. I mean, he is so good at post routes and corner routes. It's all over the tape against different coverages, different teams, different formations, post corner routes. Those the breaking routes vertically are great. Now, straight routes down the field, not his forte, I would say, but the breaking routes across the field with slot crossers and crossing routes in general and corners and posts, like just absolutely tremendous. And we see it here from Cam Ward. We're going to get a post route right here. And again, it's the same thing as we saw last against cover 3. So you got to zip this in between these two defensive backs. And he just has a laser to make these throws in these windows against zone coverage. He's fantastic at it. And I love how he's holding the safety. Can we go back and look at that? Look how he's looking right now. Where is he looking? He's looking to this side of the field. And what's the safety doing? The safety's looking at these guys. Okay? And that leaves a huge gap right here. Huge gap for him to hit that post route. Bang. Right in there. And that's exactly what happens. Again, so impressive the way that he plays quarterback along with all the physical stuff. What a throw. What a throw. Yeah, lights out, Miami. Let's go. Like, just sick, man. This is just sick. Changing the routes, changing the play, communicating with the sideline, communicating with his teammates, talking to his offensive line, all the stuff you're going to need at the NFL level. Looks left, comes back right, hammers a post home for a touchdown. This is NFL stuff right there. All right, I'm not going to lie to you guys. This play gets me super, super fired up right here. This is a cannon, all right? Again, far hash in college. I mean, what are we talking about here? So, Georgia Tech, really good defense, in my opinion, like what they run, okay? I don't know how good they were, but they show a too high look, but it's actually man coverage, and what they're going to do is they're going to blitz this safety, and this safety comes right up the gut and smacks Cam Ward. But regardless, you got man coverage across the board, and they are going to run a deep out route right here. And again, the far hash mark to the opposite sideline. The cannon while getting hit, taking the blitz. Like, this is high-level quarterbacking right here, okay? Here comes the blitz up the middle, far hash, and anticipation too. Look at the anticipation. Look at the anticipatory throw before he breaks. What a laser. What a throw. I mean, my God, that's a 20-yard throw from hash to sideline on a freaking line. Like, awesome. Just so awesome, man. Change the play before it, too. Change the formation. Look, audible. We're going to switch things up, communicating to the team. Wide receivers on the outside come inside a little bit because he recognizes the sideline is where it's going to be vulnerable. Like, he's thinking, too. This isn't just physical ability and I'm winning. Like, he's winning with his mind on these. All right, now look. I talked about the laser arm, but there is touch and accuracy on display as well. His arm talent is just out of control here. We talk about the laser capability. Look at the touch on this red zone fade. I mean, look at that. Look at the touch and the timing and the accuracy. Look where that ball hits the wide receiver's hands. It's just outrageous. Outrageous stuff. Okay. So you saw the velocity. Now we look at the accurate. Look at the touch. Look at the loft. Break out the 60 degree, son. Beautiful. This one has a little bit of everything, folks. But again, the touch and the accuracy on some of these throws, just incredible at the end of the day. I mean, to have this sort of arm talent, he didn't even really want to go there. So Florida runs a cover 3, looks like to me, where this safety's over here, but he's kind of got deep middle. All right, and then you're going to have your deep guy right here, your deep guy right here. This is going to be a deep crossing route through here, and that's what Cam Ward is eventually going to go to, but he's looking down at the bottom of the screen for something quick, okay? That's really what he wants to do. So you look, right now, he's looking at this two-man concept. I'm going to talk about this later on in the week when I go into how Cam Ward fits in the Tennessee Titans scheme super well. That's going to be a video a couple of days from now. But this is a two-man read very similar to what the Titans want to do, okay? You got 1 and 2 right here, and you're reading this guy. If either of these guys are open, I'm taking that. And then usually there's going to be a backside dig route or a backside crossing route that's your third read if the two-man concept on the front side doesn't happen, all right? It's not there. Cam Ward doesn't like it. This guy flies off to, and this one's coming up. So, hey, 1, 2, time to get through my progression. Now I see this crossing route right here. This safety or this cornerback is still hanging too low. This cornerback never came to the middle of the field. He stayed over there because of the vertical release here. I know where I'm going with it, and watch the throw. Again, you got to hammer this in, but you have to have some touch to loft this over number 6 and make sure that this guy can't cut it off flat. You got to lob it here. Boom. 7-iron on the green. What a dart, man. What a throw. Like, boom. Looking to the right, not there. Come back, reload, feet tied. And look at the arm angle, too. Like, he couldn't throw that over top 12-6, or that would be hit by number 99. Look at the sidearm. Boom. What a throw. The Titans offense struggled in the red zone last year, and Cam Ward is such a red zone assassin because of the laser arm and because of the touch. So the bottom of the screen, or the top of the screen, I should say, you're going to see just a switch concept with a goal line fade from the slot, and look how perfectly the ball is thrown. So again, just a nice little switch, and the Titans need a small, shifty slot receiver. It works so perfectly with Cam Ward's skill set. So this guy is basically a pick coming inside. You're going to see a little juke at the line of scrimmage, a little release, and then to the fade. And again, Cam Ward, the touch, the air under the ball, lofting it so perfectly. Look at that. Look how high that ball goes, and it's just perfectly there. A very catchable football is what Cam Ward throws. He understands how to make it easy for his wide receiver to catch it. And look at him changing the play, calling the play. You see him making the hand signals to his wide receivers. He is coordinating the offense. He's not just a guy reading boards on the sideline, getting everything from the coaches. I mean, I'm out of words now to explain some of this stuff. Like, this is awesome. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so it's man-to-man coverage. All right. And then you're going to get, since it's condensed formation, you're going to get a short crosser right here. Okay, a vertical clear route down the sideline, I believe. I think it is. And what a drop in a bucket. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, the vertical clears. I mean, he's watching it the whole way. If this safety comes, then I have this. If the safety stays, then I'm going to have this. It's just, I'm going to read one guy and I'm going to make a decision. The problem was last year, the Titans quarterbacks didn't make the right decisions, even with these simple reads. They still didn't make the right decisions. Cam Ward's making the right call. Look at this. Look at this throw. Are you kidding me? Man, I get the hesitation, and I'm going to have a video out tomorrow to go over what Cam Ward has to improve on and what we should be concerned about. But, man, you can't pass on this. They're not passing on this. They're not. I mean, wow. Wow. What a throw. What a throw. bucket. Again, red zone assassin. These flat foot, arm angle, lob throws in the red zone. I mean, the one we're getting ready to look at from Iowa State, just absurd, man. So poised, so calm. Everything is going so slow for him that he can just make these plays that make it look like he's purposefully not trying hard. It reminds me of when people with long legs run fast. You know, like there are certain people who are really, really fast, but because of how long their strides are, it doesn't look like they're moving as fast because it takes a long time for their strides to happen compared to someone shorter. Think about a Usain Bolt. I always go back to like a Terrell Pryor from Ohio State. Everybody, oh, he's running slow. No, he's running fast. He just moves so swiftly and so easily. Cam Ward is like that. Like it looks like he's playing nonchalant. It looks like he's playing laissez-faire. But really, he's just so calm and confident, and it's going so slow for him that's the way that he plays. It's like the way Luka Doncic plays basketball. That's what I compared it to on my Locked on Titans scouting report episode. I mean, these throws, baller, man. I'm just not gonna say anything for this one. Stop it. Look at him too. Hell yeah. I mean, he might as well be in a lawn chair drinking a Corona on the beach. I mean, that's effortless. That is, I'm just better than you. I just get it. That's Neo in the Matrix right there. What we see right here, this is Neo in the Matrix. The bullets are flying at him and he can see the code. He can see the code. He is the one. Yeah, right. So I do want to look at some of these arm-angled throws. To me, it kind of goes together with the touch throws, the back foot lobs. Like, it all goes together in one. The arm angles that we see on all these throws are ridiculous. Look at this little quick screen that they run here, and look at his sidearm angle to get this ball out of there. And think, that may seem easy, but look at the defensive end rushing upfield right here. Cam Ward has to throw it outside like this for it to get where it needs to go. Bam. Get it to your guy. Get upfield. Oh, and now it's a touchdown. Again, the sidearm throw. Look at that. That's a shortstop turning a double play. And Cam Ward has baseball experience. So, of course, he has point guard experience as well. He's a point guard. He's a shortstop. And that's what Brian Callahan wants from his quarterback. Flip. Let's get this going. Play quick. Play fast. All right, Cal is playing man coverage here. The Cal game has everything. And Xavier Restrepo comes on, the slot motion, and this is just falling away, throwing the crosser. So again, man coverage. We're going to see Restrepo come on the cheat motion here, and then he uses the ref so perfectly to get a little bit of an opening. But watch Cam Ward and the platform he throws from and how he's falling back to the left, sidearm to the right. Play action, falling back left, sidearm right. Right where it needs to be. A little inside. And see, we'll talk about cleaning up that footwork. But again, the arm angles, the ability to get the ball into the window you need it to be in no matter what. He's got so many tools in the toolbox. So many things he does well. So earlier in the film review, we looked at the playmaking example against Cal, where he gets out of the pocket and he throws sidearm to the running back on 3rd and 20, down by 6, and the running back gets it inside the 5. Well, here we go. Here's the next play, folks, and watch what Cam Ward does here with his arm. I mean, the arm angles. RPO. So this is the play. It's going to be an RPO right here to the running back. The tight end comes in motion and then comes back out on an RPO flat concept. Both of these guys are really just stock blocking, trying to get in the way for the RPO out to the flat. Cam Ward holds the ball so long on this play, watching what happens before he throws it to the tight end, that this outside defender actually gets so far upfield that Cam Ward has to get in front of him to be able to get the ball out to the tight end, and he doesn't. Hold, hold, hold. Pull both guys in. Oh! Oh! It's crazy. It's truly crazy. Look at this. Look at this stuff. This is outrageous. Again, hold that so long that I'm going to pull 10 in, and I'm going to pull, what, 23 in? Here's the problem. 10 gets so far in, I got to evade him, and 23 gets so far in, he's in my throwing lane. What do I do? Hold it a little longer to fake out 10. Pull. Look at that. He had to put his arm in front of number 21. I mean, I just want to back out one more time. This is just ridiculous playmaking and arm angles. Wow. All right, so listen, we've talked a lot about physical characteristics, but Cam Ward can win with his mind as well. Watch him go through 4 progressions here to get where he wants to go with the football, and ultimately, it turns into an explosive pass play for the Miami offense. So what you're going to see is man coverage across the board here from Duke. Man. This linebacker is responsible for the back. Man coverage here, man coverage here. You're going to have a hook defender, and then, of course, you're going to have your deep middle. Okay, what Miami is going to do is Miami is going to run a front side out and go. On the back side, they're going to run a slot in route and then a curl route. Okay, and Cam goes through 1, 2, 3 to 4 right here. Quick progression against man coverage. This is great stuff. 1, he's already passed it to 2, flip to 3 to 4. Bang. Look how that happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, gone. 2 seconds. That's good progression stuff right there. That's NFL stuff. Switch the running back. One, 2, 3, 4, go. Moving his feet too. Watch his feet. Bam. It's good stuff. Turns into a big play. Do it right. Do it on time. Another good example here of Cam Ward going through his progressions against Cal. The Cal game has everything. I might just break down that full game in general as we get closer to the draft. But Cam Ward goes through his progressions here and is able to get to a check down and pick up a good gain. So what the Cal defense does is they run one of my favorite coverages of all time, and it's a cover 3 buzz. All right, so you're going to have a 2-high safety look. Safety here, you're showing a 2-high coverage, like a cover 2 or a cover 4, cover 6, stuff like that. But what's going to happen is this safety is going to roll into the deep middle and be the middle third in cover 3. This safety, instead of dropping to the curl flat where you would see him go out here like that, instead of doing that, this safety is actually going to buzz down into a hook curl area right here, or a hook zone. This linebacker is going to go out instead of being a hook. He's going to go out as a buzz defender. This linebacker is the other hook defender. Then you have your buzz defender underneath right here. And then you have your deep third right here on the outside and on the outside. Okay? So what Miami is going to do is Miami's going to run a vertical route right here. Okay? They're going to have the tight end come in motion and come out into the flat as kind of a lead blocker for the running back who's the check down. This guy's going to come in and kind of sit down right here, and then you're going to have another sit down route a little bit higher right there. And nobody's open. Nobody's open, and Cam Ward does the right thing. He goes through his progression and finds the defender. Look, he's checking outside right there. Okay, not the coverage we want for that. Looking to the middle. If we go back just a little, we can see him. Right here, he looks at Restrepo. And then he gets to 0. Nope, don't like that. I know I got a lead blocker for my check down out here. And I know there's no flat coverage. I'm just going to take the easy one. And so much of the NFL is just taking what's there, and especially a guy like Cam Ward with incredible playmaking ability. He's going to want to make plays all the time, and you got to tamper that down or you'll find yourself in bad situations. And we'll talk about that again on tomorrow's film breakdown, where we go over the issues that Cam Ward needs to clean up at the next level. But this is a big part of cleaning up. Just take what's there. Just take what's there. And remember, the check down against Cal later in the game gets him 25 yards on 3rd and 20 and sets up the game winner. So good to see this happen. And you got to think that this sort of play gives him confidence to continue to just, hey, I don't got to be Superman every play. I can just take what's there, and my team is going to prosper in the process. So this is a concept that you're probably going to see a lot from the Tennessee Titans with Cam Ward at the next level. And this is another example of him going through his progressions. And this time, instead of finding the check down and the easy one, going through his progressions actually leads him to a deep route. Now, a lot of the times with these play designs, the deepest route is not necessarily the route that the play is designed to go to. In fact, more often than not, the deep route of the play is not the route that the play is intended for, and it is used as a space clearing mechanism. All right, but sometimes through the progression of the play, the defense aligns in a way and reacts in a way to the play that it does make the deep route be the open route, and that's when you have to be able to attack. And if Cam Ward can get through his progressions quickly, he's going to be able to find those opportunities. So what we're going to see is a cover 3 here, deep third, deep middle, deep third, and Miami is going to run a 3-level concept of sorts. We're going to have the tight end come in here and then whip back inside. This is going to be an outside route, and then this is going to be a deep corner route right here for Xavier Restrepo, number 7 of Miami. And the outside route clears the corner more than I think Cam Ward is expecting. So the quick out route right here takes the corner's attention. This whip route right here comes in here, and right now it's 1v1 to the corner. Now, you got to give the corner credit, and this does turn into an interception for Cam Ward at a different time in the season, but the corner bails out and makes this tough. If the corner doesn't do that, this is a real easy play, but the corner comes back and makes it a little tight. Safety gets there, but a great catch by number 7 and a great read overall by Cam Ward to go through it, because you can see he looks outside. All right, the corner's a little tighter than I expected. He looks outside. You go to the inside guy. He's wrapped up. Okay, now I'm going to adjust my feet. I see the throw. I get to it quickly, and I hammer it home. This is good stuff to go through his progressions, read the defense, understand, hey, this wasn't the primary route of the play, but I got to it because that's what the defense gave me. Another good example of Cam Ward going through his progressions, not seeing anything there, making the easy play, taking the profit, getting the ball out, and it turning into a really big play for his team. And I hope these things give him confidence at the next level to do this more, because he's not going to be able to play make and run around in the backfield and extend plays as often as he did in college. It's not going to be a possibility in the NFL. He's got to learn to just take the cheese that's there, one in the hand better than 2 in the bush. Take what's there. Now, you can't cut off that playmaking completely, but you got to find a healthier balance, because the balance he has right now is not going to work at the NFL level. But we're going to see this corner go back, this safety rotate this way, this guy rotate this way, and this guy go back. I don't know if this is a rotated cover 4. I'm going to be honest with you guys when I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't quite know exactly what kind of coverage you would call this. It's like a rotated cover 4, which I don't see a lot of people rotating cover 4 super often. At least I don't notice it. So with that, you're going to have a vertical concept, which is what Miami did all year long. So you're going to have a deep crosser. You're going to have a shorter crosser that's more across the middle of the field rather than going straight up the middle. And then you're going to have a deep in route coming in here, and nothing's there. Florida does a good job. Whatever coverage it is that they are in completely takes away. And then you have the running back kind of trickle out as the check down here. And again, Cam Ward, go through the progression. 1, I see 5. This guy's here to take that away. Then you go to 3. This guy and this guy are on that. All right. 3, no. this guy coming in. This guy's right here. That guy's on his back. This is wrapped up. This is wrapped up. He's underneath. Just hit the check down. There's a lot of room there. Bam. And now, let your guy make a play. If that's Tajay Spears, Tony Pollard, you might be able to make a man miss, turn it into something big as well. So, Cam Ward finding the balance of the playmaking we saw at the beginning of this long-ass video. And this sort of stuff right here, you got to be able to blend it together to make a perfect player, or at least a good enough player. And listen, if we're talking about progressions and we're talking about Cam Ward's mental ability, we got to talk about his awareness level. So, look at this player on Cal right here, trying to get off the field. Cam sees it and ain't letting that happen. Snaps the ball and look at him. He points over there to show the official he was not off yet. 12-man, this a free play. And then after I secure that bag, it's time to get to work. Boom, laser down the field. Huge explosive play. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Oh, he's not off the field, ref. Time to get to... I mean, this is ridiculous stuff, man. This guy. Great throw. Look, he does it again. He does it again. It's ridiculous. Look, number 6 up here. Can't get off the field. Cam Ward points at him. Try to make a play. All right, so we're seeing it again here. Watch him audible this play. Oh. Wait a minute. I don't like it. We're changing everything. We're changing everything. Him talking to his players, sending hand signals to everybody, informing the offensive line, snap the ball. Exactly what I wanted, and smash a post route. Like, think about that. Think about what he just created. Changing the play, telling the O-line, telling the wide receivers, telling the backs. I looked at their defense. Hey, they got a too high shell. Their safeties are up. I want to run a post behind their safety. That's not only understanding your offense and being able to change your plays. Watch him work here. But it's also understanding the defense. And, hey, I saw on tape, if they do that, they're running this. Look, he taps the helmet. He tells the running backs, changes, and then delivers a freaking strike down the field perfectly on a post route behind a safety for a huge gain. Also want to point out, too, that you can't see it with the clip that I have, but this is 4th down and 6 in the 4th quarter against Cal, and they're down 20 points. And Cam Ward audibles this play. He adjusts the alignment of the wide receiver on the outside, and then immediately goes to him on an inside whip route from Xavier Restrepo right here. Audible to this play on 4th and 6 with the game on the line, down 20 on the road. Beautiful strike. Get the first down for your team. Continue the comeback. And then ultimately, as we saw earlier in this video on multiple occasions, deliver on the comeback. All right, something subtle here, but watch how he moves his running back. Look at that. Change the play, audible, move the running back to the other side. Why? Because Louisville is bringing a blitz to that side. The running back is there to pick it up perfectly, giving Cam Ward time to attack a one-on-one matchup. I mean, and then look at the laser throw. Perfect. But look at this. You can see the defensive line. They got a 5-man front. Guys here, and look at 9 hovering here. Cam Ward's like, okay, the pressure is going to come from here, and they're going to be playing man behind it. So I'm going to change this play. Oh, 9 took a step forward. I got him. Change the back, because now these guys can slide this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1. Now you've figured out the puzzle. Now you have what you want. And now you go attack, and you get a 10-plus yard gain against man coverage on a crossing route. Masterful. It's not just the physical. Cam Ward wins with his mind. Titans fans, what a long film breakdown on Cam Ward. I hope you enjoyed every single second out of it. Again, we saw the playmaking, the arm talent, the mental ability, all on display throughout the tape all season long. Could not be more excited to have Cam Ward as the quarterback of the future for the Tennessee Titans. Again, I'm going to have a ton of film content coming out here in the next few weeks, not only on Cam Ward, but also on other prospects the Titans could be interested in at big positions of need in the draft. So make sure that you get subscribed here to the channel. I'm going to have content over the summer. And of course, when we get into next season, I'll be putting out more film content than I ever have before. But again, make sure that you share this video. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you comment, tighten up down below. Let me know how excited you are for Cam Ward. Put a lot of work into this video. Would appreciate your guys' support there. But that's going to do it for today's film breakdown. Once again, I am your host, Tyler Rowland. Make sure that you get subscribed, hit the thumbs up button, throw a comment down below. And as I tell you every single episode, tighten up.